Hello everybody, we're back again with another little video. Doing the social media stuff, trying to be more consistent, but kind of showing the things that go into the products that I make. So this is wheatgrass um, that will be going into the lemon juice kick pouches. So this is where we get the wheatgrass from. Just looks like grass from your yard, but it's nice and lush and thick. As you can see here, one big thing so here's a thing that I talk about with people is these trays are pretty deep, so I'm lifting up the tray a little bit, but you can see they're pretty deep. But if you can see here, these are practically at the top. The soil level is almost completely at the top of the tray. The reason I do that is more air is going to be able to get across the top of this as high as it is, because if you imagine the soil is way down here, you're not going to get as much airflow going through there. You're not going to get as much. And when you don't get airflow that's rolling through somewhere, I mean, look how dense that is in there. You want air getting through there, because if not, you're going to get mold. And especially with wheatgrass, as dense as I plant these trays, there's, I believe, a cup. I'm not sure how many grams. I just usually weigh out a cup, but it's very dense. I mean, it's packed in there, but you can't really see down in there. But if I spread it out, you can a little bit. But if you see, if I can get a spot, see, it's nice. There's no mold in here. This is a huge critical thing when you're planting super dense like this, is you don't want to get mold. You just don't want to. So you really got to do things right off the bat. And you can do simple little things that don't cost anything. Again, when you're doing your tray, just put your tray down in your soil and just cover the whole thing with soil, and then bring the tray out. Use something to tap it down just a little bit. And then I use a topsoil of coco coir, because coco coir is neutral pH. So that's going to also help you with combating mold, is you don't have so much organic material right on top, because you got all these seed husks down there, and that can lead to mold because you have organic material down there. So again, if you plant high, you're going to get, it's right at the edge. You're going to get nice airflow. Keep fans rolling in your rooms. I have 2 air conditioners in my grow room. So the room always stays at about 70 degrees. Sometimes it'll drop a little bit more than that. But that's another thing that's going to keep you from getting mold. You start getting up in the 75, 80 degrees, you're in trouble. Um, but as you can see here, like I said, real nice, real green. This is just one tray. I have 3 more trays going, but it usually takes 2 of these flats right here. If you can see, this is a 10 by 20 tray. Um, they make 10 by 10s too. I do some things in 10 by 10s, but the wheatgrass, I'm doing a whole tray, so I do a whole tray of this. And this probably has another, because I want to do one different thing, is actually try to regrow a tray of these after I've chopped it. So what I want to do is, you can see kind of like right here where they start coming out, the grass starts coming out of the stems a little bit. So once it gets, maybe, I usually let it grow until it's just flowing and falling over. So this stuff's got a couple more, it's got a couple more weeks to go. I just love just running my hands. It's so nice. And if you've ever been like in somebody that has a real nice yard and you just lay in it, I got dirt out in my yard. I don't have no grass, so it's just kind of nice just running my hands across there. It just feels real nice. It's nice and lush and green, and super nutritious. So this is what's going to be in your lemon juice kick pouches here shortly. They're on the way, and they should be in pretty constant supply after that. Like I said, I didn't realize that they were going to do so well. I love them personally, but I just didn't know how well they were going to do. But I've had a lot of people tell me good things about it. One thing that I also never do is I never feed people what I want to hear. I let them tell me themselves. I already know what it's going to do for you. If anybody doesn't know, I was a medic in the Army for 8 years, and I worked in healthcare and I worked in laboratory science where I see your blood and I see all the fluids and things that come out of your body, mainly blood though. And you can see problems in people's blood just when you draw it, just when it's sitting there. So, I know that these things can help you, and they combat disease, and they combat all kinds of different things, and they boost your immune system. And one thing about adding the ginger to these is it helps with digestion issues, you have an upset stomach or something like that, the ginger really helps. And the wheatgrass will give you a nice little boost of energy with the sunflower shoots. I also add sunflower shoots. Those aren't going yet. The sunflower shoots grow quicker. So I'll put a tray of sunflower shoots. So I do two trays of wheatgrass, a tray of sunflower shoots, and then I use lemon and ginger. I juice all of that um, in a cold press juicer, and then I combine everything together. I'm always taste testing to see where it's at, and when it's good, okay, I go ahead and put everything in the little 50 ml juice bags. I will try to make videos as I'm doing all of this. I'm again trying to do social media more so that people can see what I'm doing, and maybe somebody that wants to do this stuff for themselves. I highly encourage people to do this stuff for yourself. Learn how to sustain yourself, and grow something. It can help a lot. It's motivating. If you have kids, you can teach your kids how to do this. I don't know. I don't have kids, so I don't know if they teach kids this type of stuff in schools anymore. I would imagine that they don't. Maybe some certain types of schools they do. Maybe if you get into high school, or you can go into 4-H or ag or something, or you may learn some of it, but I don't think they teach anything like that consistently. Again, see, it's right up to the edge. No mold, no issues, no creepy crawly critters, no bugs. And I'm not even in the grow room. I brought this downstairs in my grow tent. I have a grow tent down here and a light and everything. Maybe I'll show you guys that stuff someday, but this is the most important part. But again, nice and lush. You can see down there, no mold, nice, no creepy crawlies. I mean, this stuff is premium. That's why it's called Da-Greenz Premium Microgreens, because there's a lot of work that goes into this. Anybody that grows it, try and grow yourself out a nice tray of wheatgrass and see how it goes. It's a little bit of work, but it's what I love. And anybody that gets anything from me, and if you talk to me long enough, I'm actually an introvert, but when it comes to this, I will talk your ear off about microgreens and all this good stuff all day long. But again, the juice bags are on the way. I got to give this a little bit more time, so just bear with me, everybody, and we will see you later.